Hey everybody, welcome back to Royal Tarot Readings. This is my fun channel that I do for tarot readings on the royal family. All information presented in this video is for fun and entertainment purposes only. It's fun. It's tarot. I'm just a gal with cards. Alright, so tonight we are going to look at a 12-month projection for the Duchess of Edinburgh, Sophie, the Duchess of Edinburgh. So let's see what's going to be coming up for her in the next 12 months. All right, for this reading, I'm going to use the B Tarot by Christopher Hughes and art by Nadia Turner. Lovely deck. Let's see what the B Tarot has in store for the Duchess of Edinburgh. All right, let's take a look here, see what we got going on. Hope everybody's doing well. It is freaking freezing here. It is 9 degrees Fahrenheit, which is minus 12 Celsius. Good gracious. So we got the fire stoking. It's amazing how cold it is, but the house is nice and warm from the fire. So, all right, let's see what we have here for Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh. What do the next 12 months have in store for Sophie? We're going to do January through December, and January will represent, I know we don't have a lot of days left in January, but it will represent the rest of January, and see how the overall month of January is going to go for her. That was interesting. We have here, ooh, the Ace of Wands, a new idea. Something that's going to bear fruit for her. All right, January through December. And we will also match the cards with the 12 houses of the zodiac. All right, and I believe Sophie is an Aquarius, so she will show up as the Queen of Swords. I believe that's right, yep. Okay. All right, so what can the tarot tell us about the next 12 months for Duchess of Edinburgh? Not a whole lot of action from the cards here, but we've had some. Nope, okay. There's some there. Ooh, the Magician. Interesting, got some spin going on. All right, we'll do one more here. That one didn't feel quite right. Let's do one more. Oop, okay. Yeah, now we're getting some more action. And we have the King of Wands. Ooh, King of Wands, authority. It can also represent. Let's see here. Whoops. Seven of Wands in reverse. What you've done is indefensible. Indefensible. All right, we're gonna go with this one. Okay. Double cut. All right, 12 cards, one for each month. We'll have January, and we'll look at the houses of the zodiac. All right, we have got through July, August, September, October, November, and December. Oops. Undying energy is the Emperor in reverse. Oh my goodness. The 10 of Jars, which is the 10 of Cups in reverse. Oh dear. And the 5 of Jars, 5 of Cups. Oh boy. Okay. Emperor in reverse. This is the King. This is His Majesty King Charles. Not doing very well this year. The 10 of Cups in reverse, which is showing an unhappy home, or a home that is unbalanced. Something's going on to make it very unhappy. 5 of Jars, which is the 5 of Cups, regret and disappointment. Crying over spilled milk. You can't get past the past. So, wow, interesting. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, what do we have in store for the Duchess of Edinburgh for January, and in her first house, the House of Self? All right, so what do we have here? January, the King of Pentacles. All right, so Pentacles would represent an earth sign. So we're going to Capricorn, Taurus, or why am I going blank here? Virgo. All right, so earthbound sign. So a man who is very wealthy in his own right, very successful, someone she turns to for financial advice as well. So her husband is, he is a Pisces, March 10th. So he would be a water sign. That would be King of Cups. This would be someone that she looks to for advice, especially when it centers around money. So she may be looking for some financial advice or getting some financial, not assistance, but financial guidance for January. And she sees herself as someone who can be successful, especially in where money is concerned. She's doing this because the king is not well. I think something about the king's health is motivating her to get more information, to learn as much as she can about finances. Because this situation with the king makes her home very unhappy because, of course, that's her husband's father. And they're trying to get over something to do with the past. So maybe her past association with learning about money or learning about finances, it has been upsetting for her in the past, but she's recognizing that and hopefully getting as much information as she can about finances. Okay. February, and this is the house of income, the second house. What do we have for February? Oh, okay, so the Princess of Wands. This is the Page of Wands in reverse. This is her daughter. No, this is her son, James. He is a Sagittarius. He's a fire sign. Page of Wands in reverse. He's 17 now, so there may be something going on with James that's a little bit, either she got some bad news about him or it may be just teenage stuff, just teenage angst, trying to get through the things that go on when you're 17 and a boy. I think, it may be linked also to the issue with the king. I'm sure he has a lot of empathy with the king. I can feel that connection between the two of them. So the fact that the king is ill, I mean, that's his grandfather. That's, that's very upsetting for him. It makes him sad. And he wishes that he had more time with the king. So I think that for Sophie, she's trying to support her son as he goes through the normal things that you go through at this age. I've always told my children, especially when they were 13, 14, 15, I told them, you could not pay adults to be that age again. You just couldn't do it. None of us would want to be that age again. Absolutely. Even if you knew what you knew, it's too hard. It's something. And I can feel that's going on with him right now. And she's trying to help him. All right. So February is going to be some issue with her son will come up. All right. March, which is the house of communication and siblings, in-laws, that sort of thing. All right. What do we have for the third house? Four wands in reverse. Okay, this 4 wands upright represents the firm. It represents the foundation security of the home. And in reverse, it's a unhappy situation. It can represent funerals. It can represent a foundation that is now shaky. Something about the home is disruptive. There's some disruption in the house. It could be about funerals, divorces, that sort of thing. I don't see a divorce for them, but I see that there's something has shaken the foundation of her home, the security of it, and that may be why she's trying to learn everything she can about finances. Everything is tied to the health of the king. He's not doing well, allegedly. Their homes are unhappy, and there's some incident that happened in the past they're really stuck on for the whole year. All right, April, and this is the 4th house, which is the house of home. This card, if it had appeared here, would have been exalted. It would have been doubly powerful if it had occurred here. But so, what do we have for the 4th house for April? 8 of Cups in reverse. Okay. Wanting to walk away and you can't. Oh gosh, I got major goosebumps. Okay, so the Eight of Jars, Eight of Cups upright is about you walk away. You're just, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. And in reverse, it's you don't have a choice. You want to walk away, but you can't. So there's something in April having to do with her home that she wants to walk away from that she can't. And it has to do with, everything's tied to the health of the king and the unhappy home. There are a lot of cards here referencing their home. I'm not sure if there's something, some renovation that needs to go on or something that's very disruptive for the home. But it just keeps coming up. We have this card here. We've got the Ten of Cups in reverse. Now we've got the Eight of Cups in reverse in the fourth house, which is the home. So there's something she's wanting to walk away from, but she's not going to be able to. All right. May and the fifth house, which is the house of children, beauty, romance. Oh, the Queen of Swords. Oh my goodness. So this is her right here. Wow. She's very, very feeling very powerful. In the house, having to do with her children, love, romance. What a great card to appear here. This is her. This is Sophie right here. She's very strong, powerful, the ruler of her domain, which is her love, her romance, and her children. She's got a very strong influence on what they do. And I know that Lady Louise is getting ready to go into the military. Kudos to her. And she's overseeing that direction of her children very carefully, giving them support, giving them that strong need and desire to be independent, to be successful in their own right. And the king is supportive, but he's very ill. He's ill right now, allegedly. Oh gosh. And she's encouraging her children to go out into the world and be themselves. That may be why the home is disrupted right now, because one daughter is going to be leaving the home. And there's something about the past that is still kind of gnawing at her. All right, sixth house, which is the house of health and work. And this is going to be June. What does that hold for Sophie? The Hanged Man in reverse, the Hanged One in reverse. All right, upright, the Hanged One or the Hanged Man is about being stuck. You are hanging there upside down. You have no idea how you got here and how the heck to get yourself out of a situation. And in reverse, you've had an epiphany now. You realize what it is you need to do to release yourself from this feeling of being stuck. So for health and work, she may feel like in June, I'm finally getting an idea what it is I want to do. I've kind of felt stymied. I felt into this narrow role. And I think her role is going to be expanding. And again, it's going to have to do with the health of the king. And the idea that her home is kind of out of control. And she's going to be using this epiphany that she has to feel like I'm maybe finally recognizing that the past is haunting me. There's something in the past that's really haunting her this year. All right, that's June. What do we have for July? And this is the house of marriage and partnerships. Five of Swords in reverse. Okay, Five of Swords upright is about fighting, winning the battle, losing the war, just conflict. And in reverse, it's you've lost a battle. You've lost the battle and lost the war. Something in July for a partnership that she has. This can be, it doesn't have to be a romantic partnership. It can be partnerships with other people, but it's also the house of marriage. So she's going to lose some type of an argument in July, maybe having to do with the king and something to do with the home. And this argument is going to be about something that occurred in the past. But she's going to lose on it. She's not going to win her argument. All right, so in August, and this is the eighth house. This is other people's money, taxes, death, the occult, sex, anything having to do with inheritance that we have there. Five of Wands in reverse. Wow, another fighting card. There's some kind of conflict going on in this time frame, July, August. And again, being overwhelmed by this exhaustion, by fighting and conflict and competition, being overwhelmed by the fighting. And it's going to start with her marriage partner. Maybe she's going to have an argument with Prince Edward about something that's going on, having to do with the king, and now more conflict in August. And this is going to be over maybe inheritance, death. This time frame of July, August has a lot of conflict in it, and it has to do with the health of the king and her home. All right, September and the 9th house, which is the house of education and learning, travel, and religion. 2 Pentacles. Juggling priorities, especially monetarily. So in September, she's going to be tasked with something new. And she's got to find a way to balance that out with what she's currently doing. So September is going to bring, I believe, a new role for her. And she's going to have to find a way to balance it out. Having to do with something given to her by the king. And the disruption of the home. And having to do with the past. Something that she has experience with doing, that she's going to be tasked with. And it has to do with, it can be about finances and money. Maybe why she's trying to learn stuff back here in January. Yeah, she's going to have some priorities that she's going to try to juggle in September. All right, October, which is the house of career, the 10th house. What do we have for October? Ace of Wands. Oh, there's that new idea. We saw that pop out when I was shuffling. Okay, so a new idea is going to be... I keep seeing this in October. I got this for the Prince of Wales. The Prince of Wales, the Princess of Wales. For both William and Catherine, I got the Ace of Wands in this October-November timeframe. A new idea that's going to be presented. And this is about the monarchy. A new idea having to do with the monarchy. Oof, goosebumps. And how they are going to brand themselves into the world. This is about branding too. A new brand for her. And a new idea as something maybe the king doesn't agree with. And it's going to upset her home. And something it has to do with the past that she has experience with. This new idea keeps coming up in October. All right. New way of doing things. It's going to bear fruit. All right, for November, and this is the 11th house, the house of friendships. What do we have for Sophie for then? Ooh. 9 of Swords. This is anxiety, fear, mental anguish, things keeping you up at night. Something is going to be, especially with her house of friends and hopes, wishes, and dreams, something is going to be very upsetting to her having to do with one of her friends. Maybe a friend betrays her, although we'd have the 3 of Swords for that. Maybe a friend disappoints her, does something that she just cannot believe they did, or a hope, wish, or dream that she had is going to, something will happen with it that's going to give her a lot of fear. And something surrounding issue with the king and her home. And this past event. All right, so 9 of Swords, November. Bad experience with a friend. Or maybe a dream she had is causing her a lot of anxiety. All right, and for December, this is the 12th house, the house of hidden enemies, the subconscious, and intuition. Oops. Ooh, death in reverse. Okay, a permanent ending, a permanent transition, a transformation. It can be literal death. Oh, Lord. Wonder if we're going to lose the king. Allegedly. I hope not. But I think it's coming. Oh, gosh. A permanent ending to something that she's secretly dreading. This is the subconscious. this anxiety and fear that's keeping her up at night, she may actually learn something from a friend that's very, very upsetting for her, and it may have to do with the king. The king's illness may take a turn, upset the home, and looking back towards the past. There's something that's gone on in the past that's really bothering her this year. And in December, we may see a downturn of the king. Goodness. All right, let's do a wrap up here. January, the House of Self. We have for Sophie, she's going to be trying to learn something very important financially and getting a lot of financial advice and guidance. In February, some issue to do with her son, James. Excuse me, bad news, or just, it's more, I think, of teenage issues that may come up for James in February. In the House of Income. Interesting, I didn't realize it was income. I did, but I didn't really consider that last time. Having to do with something financial, having to do with James, but also having to do with teenage issues. In March, we have the Four of Wands in reverse, which is about the disruption to the home, maybe a funeral or some kind of event that's going to happen that's disruptive to the home, and it's going to be communicated. So communication, it may be about her in-laws too. Maybe one of her in-laws or siblings is going to get divorced. That could be as well. And she'll hear about it through communication. April, the Eight of Cups in reverse. She wants to walk away from something and she can't. Something to do with the home. She may be stuck having to take care of something in her home that she's not happy about. In May, she's very, very powerfully in charge of her children and her romance, her love, and her beauty, herself. So something that she decides in May she wants to do relating to her children or to herself, maybe some kind of improvement project for herself. And in June, we have the Hanged One in reverse. She's finally found a way out of a situation that she's in, having to do with work or health. I think it has more to do with work, a new role for her. And then in July, Five of Swords in reverse. She's going to lose the battle on an argument she's having. And then for August, again, conflict, being overwhelmed by fighting. Everyone's fighting, no one's listening. That's for August, and that has to do with, it could be about death, inheritance, taxes, other people's money. And then for, it's also intimate relations too. I have some issue there. Oh dear. Allegedly. And then for September, with Two of Pentacles, she's going to be taking on a new task that she's going to have to juggle priorities. Some new branding that may come out for her in September. And then October, this new idea that it's going to present itself for the role of the royal members of the monarchy. A new idea on how they present themselves to the world, the work that they do. There's going to be some new idea there. I keep seeing that in all these readings. And then for November, some kind of anguish, mental anguish, anxiety and fear that either is about one of her friends or comes through one of her friends, something that she learns that's very upsetting for her regarding friends, or she'll learn this from friends. And then by December, a death. Permanent ending, permanent transformation, may have to do with the king, but some type of death is going to be evident or a permanent ending is at the end. It may feel like a death if it's not a physical death. All right, there we go. I hope you found that interesting. If you did, please like and share. And if you're a subscriber, well, thank you so much. I appreciate all my subscribers. Thank you so much, everybody. It's just amazing to see how fast the membership is climbing. And if you're not a subscriber, please do subscribe. Click that subscribe button and don't forget to click the notification bell so you won't miss another reading. Thanks so much, everyone. We'll see you again soon on Royal Tarot Readings. Bye-bye, everybody.